Let's go and have a chat with Tony Gollan. Morning to you, Tony.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew.
Tony, the Doomben 10,000, there's been a little bit of a change, particularly around Jonker that you've announced this morning.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, he's a bit of bruising and infection to a hind leg. It's just not going to heal up, not going to probably treat up in time for the weekend. So we've just made the decision now to pull the pin and get the horse, give him every chance to get back how he needs to be, and hopefully we can set our sights on the Kingsford Smith. We'll know that later in the week.
Gee, you just never know, do you? Was it something that was easily picked up?
Yeah, it was pretty easy to see when
you
it flared up.
Yeah,
his leg was pretty big, pretty hot, and a bit of a temp there with it. So there was an issue there. He's responding quite well to treatment, but it's just not going to be in time to have him right and have the right preparation too through for the weekend. So I'm quietly confident we can have a nice sound horse by the end of the week and be over it all, but it wouldn't allow me to have the right preparation into such a good race.
No, there's still some good races to get to where you want to ultimately go, because we know how well the horse did run in the Galaxy. So let's hope there's a quick turnaround. So Jonker out, but Vega 1 goes in.
Yeah, with the weather forecast this week, he's come through that run, the Victory Stakes, unbelievable condition. I was going to go a month between runs to the Kingsford Smith, but we sent him out to the treadmill for 3 or 4 days, which is customary, and he's done super, and his work on Saturday and then again this morning was just really, really good. So he's very adept in ground that might be a bit giving, and if the rain comes midweek, that's probably what sort of ground we'll get. So I think it sets up well for him, and he's really up to the mark now.
Yeah, it was a good run, wasn't it, behind? I mean, Nicanova came through strong, similar to what Vega 1 did. They were both very good.
Yeah, he was really good. He just had to cover a fair bit of ground, didn't he? He was 3 wide. He did have cover and had to sort of present him a bit early off the corner, and he may have just peaked slightly. So, this run's probably important. I would have had to give him a nice trial at Deegan next week. So this run's probably important too, to have him spot on for the Kingsford Smith and the Stradbroke, the horse is doing particularly well. So a bit of a glimpse of how he's going the other day. I'm positive he's improved off that. And if he can draw low on the weekend, he's certainly not there just to make the numbers up.
All right, so that's Vega 1. And Graff's the other one. Has this been a target race for him since he joined?
Yep, definitely. And the minute they called up and asked us if we'd have a go at him, this was always the race I had in mind. He's obviously trying to win in Group 1. He's still a stallion. He's such a horse that can present well fresh, particularly for new yards. We've seen that with Danny O'Brien in Melbourne, and hopefully we can do a similar job with him here on the weekend. It's a good race. He's a horse who can handle getting his toe into the ground. I think 1,200 fresh really suits him. So we've hopefully left no stone unturned, and hopefully this horse can turn out his best performance on Saturday.
Were you happy with the trial behind Garibaldi?
Yeah, well, he's had a jump out since then. He's got plenty of tricks, this horse, there's no doubt about it. But I've been really happy with his preparation, particularly the last couple of weeks since that second jump out. I've been very happy with him. Okay,
so looking at it, so Bossy Glen Boss is on Graff. Does Jim Byrne go to Vega 1?
No, actually we'll change now. Glen Boss will go to Vega 1 and Jim Byrne will go to Graff.
Okay, righto. So a little tinkering there. It's a moving picture, this one for sure, isn't it? You just never know.
Yeah, look, it has been. I mean, I think that'll be good jockeys for each horse. Yep. I mean, Bossy rode Vega 1 the other day.
Yep. Had
a feel for him, and Jimmy's style of riding, on a horse like Graff, similar to Jonker, I think can really suit. So I think the right jockeys on the right horses, and hopefully we can get our horses there in tip-top condition for the weekend. I'm very pleased with the way they both worked this morning here at Doomben, and they're both going to be in good shape for Saturday.
Can I ask you about Tiger Heart going towards Saturday? Looks to be a really nice type early on in its racing career. Yeah,
he's a lovely, big, loose-going sort of horse, and there's a whole lot ahead for him. He's a lot better horse next year, and sort of horse I'm really looking forward to getting to the 1400, etc. But he's going well. He worked over here at Doomben on the course proper this morning as well, and I'm very pleased with him. Every time we step him out, he improves off the time before. That's what I saw today. So I'm really happy with Tiger Heart, and hopefully he can draw nice and low on the Champagne. If he does, he'll make that field on the weekend.
So listening to you there, Tony, he's a horse that's given you that instant feeling that he can develop into a really good type.
Yeah, definitely. I think as he furnishes, you'll see a better horse of him. He's still quite gangly. He's nowhere near, the full picture of what he's going to be in 12 months' time. So we're sort of monitoring him after every run as to how far we go into the preparation. He's nom for the size and the JJ, but he's a real horse. The whole way along, he's been a horse I've thought of as a real 3-year-old.
Okay, so that's Tiger Heart going into the Champagne on the weekend. And just while I've got you, Garibaldi, you've decided to run Saturday week?
Yeah, just going to try and keep him in that right sort of grade and try and sneak him to the Stradbroke if we can get into the BRC Sprint next week at 13.50. He's in good order. He worked great here this morning, and a little thought about maybe accepting for the 10,000, but it's just not the right path for him, I'm sure, where his rating's at. So we'll hopefully get into the BRC Sprint next week. There's no guarantees we make that field, and if we don't, well, that so be it. But he's in really good order, and he's come through that first up run great, and he's a much improved horse off that.
I was going to ask you about one other Baller. You would have been wrapped with Baller on that ground Saturday.
Yeah, really good with him. He was great. You know, he doesn't really want any weather than that, but he did a good job. He travelled beautiful the whole way. He's come through that run well. Probably see him in the Morton Cup now, a month between runs. If we don't draw well or I don't like that race, there's a Hinkler the following week. So we'll space him a little bit and keep him to 1,200. Maybe heading towards something like the Ramornie at Grafton at some stage in the prep. But at this point in time, just enjoying the win on the weekend and just sort of setting him up now for the Morton Cup.
Yeah, Bossy just suited him beautifully there coming up the inside, which wasn't the place to be. Tony, I know you've got trials on. Thanks for your update this morning.
No worries, Andrew. Cheers, mate.